So guys, the Super Mario Bros. Movie is here. I'm so excited going into this. I'm literally just going to go see it. I'm so excited. This is my most anticipated movie of this year. So without further ado, here is future me with my review. So the wait is finally over. I finally got a chance to see the Super Mario Bros. Movie. And here is my review. So with all that said, roll that intro. So there's been a lot going on with this film. It was first announced that Nintendo would be teaming up with Illumination, the studio behind the Minions, Secret Life of Pets, Sing, to pull off the Super Mario Bros. Movie. Then it was announced the cast that Chris Pratt was going to be playing Mario, Charlie Day was Luigi, Anya Taylor-Joy was Princess Peach, Keegan-Michael Key was Toad, Jack Black was Bowser. The list just went on and on. And then we got our first poster. It looked great. We got our first trailer. It looked amazing. I mean, the voices were a bit questionable. Then we got our second trailer, which just upped the excitement levels. We saw Princess Peach. Then we got the final trailer where it was just that sigh of relief that this film was very likely to work. It was most likely to work. And I've been incredibly excited for this film. So with all that said, let's get started with the review. And the first thing that you have to point out with this film is that this is just a Nintendo fan's dream. The amount of cameos and little secrets in the background is amazing. There's always, within every shot, something to look at. The amount of times I was smiling, pointing out, yeah, is that? That's that. That you do that the whole entire film. Like, I was smiling this whole film. I don't that this is the longest I have smiled in my life. For an hour and a half straight, I was just smiling at just this amazing world building, these cameos, these little Easter eggs, these things that take you back to your childhood. It brings back so much nostalgia. There is literally references to blowing on the cartridges and things like that. It's just those references that bring things back. And without spoiling too much, every scene has something from a different game and a different generation. So when you go see this film, please, and this film has a simple story, and I was prepared for that. Like, I have no problem. It's about two Brooklyn plumbers who are transported to a new world. They're both separated. Luigi is kidnapped, and it is Mario's job to go and save him, while Bowser is trying to rule over the Mushroom Kingdom. And at the end of the day, it is based on a video game. It was always going to be simple. It was all like every Mario game has a simple story. Princess Peach is kidnapped. You got to go save her. That's the story. That's it. It's not like Legend of Zelda where it's got a full in-depth hard story, or it's not like Kingdom Hearts or something like that. It is simple. It is a simple story, and I have absolutely no problem with that whatsoever. Next thing to point out here is that the animation is just absolutely stunning. I was always going to say that, but this animation just stands out so much. And Illumination were the right studio to get the animation right, because they're so good with their colours and their world building, and it really looks fantastic. It looks beautiful at all times, when it's just building up the Mushroom Kingdom or the Donkey Kong Island or even just Brooklyn itself. It looks really good. And then with the designs as well, it just looks visually stunning. Like, it is just so good. So the thing we're going to mention here is it is quite good. I was pleasantly surprised. Once you've watched about 10 or so minutes, you're engrossed. Like, that Charlie Day is your Luigi, Chris Pratt is your Mario for this hour and a half, and you are very engrossed into this film. Like, the cast is actually very good. Like, I was pleasantly surprised how much I enjoyed those voices coming out of their mouths. Like, I did not expect that. I did not expect to enjoy the cast, but I was really surprised. Like, I really did enjoy the cast. Like, everyone does a good job. The only character who I wasn't sure about was Cranky Kong, but we're going to talk about that another time. We don't need to talk about that right now. Other thing to point out here, as that we're in the mix of the video, how does Illumination play out in this film? Now, Illumination were very restricted in this film. The plot and the story mostly went to Nintendo, which is a sigh of relief. Like, that is so much better that actually happened. But There are some pieces where you can see Illumination coming out a bit, but this is the most sort of serious of the Illumination films, and definitely the best of Illumination films. The Illumination had the not much control at all. There was very little control that they actually got with this film, and I was kind of happy that Nintendo were put front and centre, so I was quite happy with that. Second thing to point out here is that there is a mid and post-credit scene. One of them is a joke, the other one you do not want to miss because it is something a bit more important. Of course, I'm not going to say what it is because I would like you guys to go experience it for yourself. But they both put a smile on your face. The jokey one is funny. It puts a smile on your face. It's not anything too crazy. But then the other one is really, really cool as well. Also, the credits itself are actually really cool. It's got like a good animation style and some good music and everything. And speaking of the music is amazing. Watching this story play out, well, it's your favourite theme. Like, when Toad comes on, it's Captain Toad. On Rainbow Road, it is the Rainbow Road theme from the SNES. It is just so much. Like, there's so much good music in there. And the film does include some actual, like, music from the 80s. Like, it has Take On Me. It's got some AC/DC in there. It's got Mr. Blue Sky. And yeah, they're cool. They didn't need to be in there. I guess they were just doing it to try and, I want to say, like, show off the real world a bit more and just show off sort of the I just want to say, like, the real world that Mario comes from, I guess. Like, he'd be listening to that sort of music. He'd be listening to 80s music and that sort of the Star-Lord coming out, I guess. So that was cool. The only complaint I did have, and it's a very, very mild complaint, it doesn't really matter. And I think once I see this film again, because I'm actually going again this week to go see this film, is the runtime. The film is 92 minutes and 17 seconds to be precise. And the film has about 7 minutes credits, I'd say, at most. And the film is very fast-paced. So be prepared. This film is very, very fast-paced. Like, Brooklyn, there's about 10 minutes of that. The film moves so fast. And it definitely spends the longest in the Kong and the Mushroom Kingdom kingdom. It definitely spends the longest in them ones. And I just kind of wish, like, we could have got a bit more of a breather. Like, there's not, like, Bob on Battlefield is literally in a montage. So is the Odyssey Desert World, whatever you call it, Layer Cake Desert, from Mario Brothers U. There's very little in there. Like, it is in a montage. So if we could have, like, the Brooklyn scene, I really wish they could have just extended it a little bit. Like, because there's a joke with a dog, and that lasts quite a while. So I kind of would have rather that been replaced, I guess. But at the end of the day, when you watch this film, you're not really thinking about any of the problems. You're just so engrossed. It is such an experience. And also, guys, see this in the best screen possible. See it in 4DX, see it in IMAX. I saw it in IMAX and it was amazing. This is like one of the best cinema experiences I've ever had. And just with its animation, everything, it looks amazing. Like, the film is visually stunning to look at. It is beautiful animation and illumination in DreamWorks. So, in conclusion, the Super Mario Bros. Movie is very, very good. It is a love letter to fans. And if you're not a Mario fan, you might not enjoy it as much. And it's probably, the film lies heavy on games and your nostalgia. But at the end of the day, if you're a Super Mario fan, the time of your life. So, as that I have been a Nintendo fan all my life, and this film came out and was just perfect for me, I'm giving this film a 10. I don't think I've done this on my channel before. I'm giving the Super Mario Bros. Movie a 10. I was so happy with how this film came out. Like, it's perfect. This film is just, it is a perfect film for Mario fans, and I loved it. I can't wait to go see it again. I'm so excited. So yeah, guys, that is going to wrap up this video. Thank you so much for watching. Please do comment, subscribe, share it with your friends and family. Let me know your thoughts on the Super Mario Bros. Movie down below. No spoilers in this one. There is a spoiler review coming. There is an Illumination movie ranking coming. And then once that's all over, it's time for Guardians 3. So we've got some other films to get excited for. So I'm very, very happy. Thanks so much for watching, guys. And we'll see you guys in the next video. Goodbye.